Something is watching you right now, and it's waiting for the lights to go out. Every single night, when the world goes dark and you close your eyes to sleep, you become completely vulnerable. You can't see what's standing in the corner of your room. You can't explain the footsteps creeping down your hallway, and you definitely can't tell yourself it's just your imagination. When your security camera picks up a shadow that shouldn't exist. Tonight, I'm going to show you real footage of paranormal events that happened in complete darkness. Moments so chilling they'll make you want to sleep with every light in your house turned on. And the last one? It might be the most disturbing thing you've ever heard come out of an empty building at 3 a.m. Let's get into it. And fair warning, you might want to keep the lights on for this one. Segment 1, The Haunted Doll Collector. Now, imagine this. You live alone. You collect old dolls, not the cute kind, the creepy antique kind that look like they've seen things. That's exactly what Henrique Shea from Brazil did. Henrique was a paranormal enthusiast who made it his hobby to collect dolls believed to be haunted. And the creepier they looked, the more fascinated he became. Most people would run the other way, but not Henrique. But one doll, one single doll he picked up from a dusty old antique shop, changed everything. From the moment he brought it home, things started happening, but only at night. Soft footsteps echoed through the room where he kept his collection. Scratching noises crawled along the walls. Faint whispers, not from outside, not from a TV, not from a neighbor, came from inside the room with the dolls. At first, Henrique brushed it off. But then one night the sounds became too loud, too close, too real. He grabbed his phone and hit record, and what his camera captured made the hair stand up on the back of his neck. A dark, human-shaped shadow slowly appeared from behind one of the dolls, just standing there, as if it had been silently watching him the entire time. Henrique didn't wait around. He bolted out of his house and spent the night at a friend's place. When he came back the next morning, the shadow was gone. But here's the creepy part. The doll was sitting in the exact same position like nothing had happened. Many believe that whatever Henrique disturbed wasn't just a coincidence. Something was attached to that doll. And now that it revealed itself, it may no longer want to stay hidden. Mini hook. But that's just the beginning. What happens next makes a haunted doll look like a bedtime story. Segment 2, Melissa's Nightmare at Home. Melissa was an ordinary woman living in her home until the darkness turned her house into something unrecognizable. For weeks, she and her close friend Dar experienced events no rational person could explain. Doors creaking open by themselves, footsteps moving from one room to another, when no one else was home, and an overwhelming feeling, deep in her gut, that someone else was there. She decided to start recording, and what she captured was bone-chilling. One quiet night, completely alone, Melissa's camera caught the kitchen door swinging open by itself. No wind. Every window sealed shut. No explanation. But it got worse. Her dog, Chloe, started acting strange. Ears pinned back, eyes locked on empty corners, growling at something Melissa couldn't see.
Cocina, pero no hay nadie, solo estoy yo. Estaba aquí sentada viendo la novela y haciendo otras cosas. Y aquí está la Chloe y la Sushi. Y de este lado está el Coco y el Rufo, están ahí, acostados. Y la puerta de la cocina está cerrada. Esa puerta de ahí se acaba de escuchar de nuevo. Pero estoy sola. Vean, la Chloe está como pendiente porque yo no sé, ella ve fantasmas. Pero ella escucha de todo, o sea, suena algo y ella está pendiente. Se acaba de escuchar. No sé si ir. En las películas de terror suena algo y como que... Ay, no. En las películas de terror cuando suena algo, tú dices que no vayan a ver, pero obviamente tienen que ir a ver porque es su casa. No sé, o sea, ahorita como que le di otro sentido. Aparte está lloviendo. Y ahorita se acabó de escuchar algo arriba y la puerta y una niña llorar al lado. Pero al lado no vive ninguna niña. Y esto yo sí les he dicho en videos, que siempre en la casa de al lado suena, o sea, se escucha como una niña reírse y llorar, pero al lado no vive una niña, no hay niños al lado. Voy a ver lo de la cocina porque, bueno, arriba no creo que... No, yo arriba no voy. Solo voy a ver lo de la cocina porque ahorita se escucha como...
Animals sense things we can't. And whatever Chloe was reacting to, it wasn't friendly. Now here's where it gets really terrifying. In a follow-up video, Melissa revealed something that happened around 3 a.m., the witching hour. She looked outside her window and saw a dark, human-shaped shadow standing completely still, staring directly at her house. She managed to snap a photo. The image clearly shows a faint silhouette, the unmistakable outline of a man, just standing there in the pitch-black darkness. That's the thing about the witching hour. For centuries, cultures around the world have believed that 3 a.m. is when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. In Christianity, it's considered the inverse of 3 p.m., the hour Jesus is believed to have died, making it the devil's hour. Psychological research even shows that apparitional experiences and sensed presences peak between 2 and 4 a.m., when melatonin floods the body and the brain enters its most vulnerable state. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, the fact remains, Melissa was being watched, and whatever was watching her was getting bolder every night. She admitted she no longer felt safe in her own home. Would you? Mini hook. But here's the thing. At least Melissa could leave. The next person on this list, he was stuck inside with whatever was haunting him.
No sé si ir. En las películas de terror suena algo y como que... Ay, no. En las películas de terror, cuando suena algo, tú dices que no vayan a ver, pero obviamente tienen que ir a ver porque es su casa. No sé, o sea, ahorita como que le di otro sentido. Aparte está lloviendo. Y ahorita se acabó de escuchar algo arriba y la puerta y una niña llorar al lado. Pero al lado no vive ninguna niña. Y esto yo sí les he dicho en videos, que siempre en la casa de al lado suena, o sea, se escucha como una niña reírse y llorar. Pero al lado no vive una niña, no hay niños al lado. Voy a ver lo de la cocina porque, bueno, arriba no creo que... No, yo arriba no voy. Solo voy a ver lo de la cocina porque ahorita se escucha como... Voy a ver. Ahorita ya no se escucha nada, pero esta puerta está cerrada. Se está moviendo la puerta. Es que no hay nadie, o sea, puede ser un fantasma. Prefiero que sea un fantasma. La Chloe está hacia abajo. Arriba yo no voy porque arriba sí me da miedo. Pero la Chloe está viendo para allá. Ay, no, yo...
Segment 3, The Roommate House of Horrors. A man living with 2 roommates and his cat started noticing something terrifying. One night, while completely alone in the house, a door slammed shut, violently, right in front of his face. No one pushed it, no wind, nothing. After that, the activity exploded. Loud banging echoed through the walls for no reason. Doors shook so hard it looked like someone, or something, was trying to break through. And clear, deliberate footsteps moved from room to room, always when he was the only one home.
There's banging sounds at the door. Shit. That was so. Don't close the door. There's a ringing again.
He tried telling his roommates what was happening. Their response? They laughed it off. Old house noises, they said. But he knew better. Whatever was inside that house wasn't just making noise. It was making its presence known, and it was getting more aggressive, more frequent, and more intense with every passing night. Minnie Hook. Now, some hauntings are terrifying, but the next one, it's actually heartbreaking. Segment 4. A mother's spirit. Sandra had just lost her mother, and in the weeks that followed, something began happening inside her home that she couldn't explain. Desperate for answers, she set up a camera, and it caught a drawer suddenly sliding open on its own. No one was anywhere near it. She got down on her hands and knees, checked underneath it, behind it, all around it. Nothing. No loose hinge, no vibration, no logical reason for it to move.
Like, why? I looked underneath the drawer, I looked behind it, there's nothing making it pop out. It seems like it's when I bring up my mom that something happens. Mom? Your cat's fine.
But here's what gave Sandra chills. And, honestly, comfort at the same time. The drawer only moved when she talked about her mom. Every single time she mentioned her mother or even thought about her, something happened. A sound, a movement, a sign. Instead of being afraid, Sandra chose to believe it was her mother's spirit, still watching over her during her darkest time of grief. Whether you believe in life after death or not, you have to admit that timing is impossible to explain away. And if it really is her mother, maybe not all darkness holds something evil. Maybe sometimes it holds something we've lost. Minnie Hook. All right, wipe those tears, because the next few stories are going to put you right back on the edge of your seat. Segment 5. The wardrobe incident. Late at night, a man was lying in bed watching TV. For days, he had a nagging feeling that objects in his room were moving when he wasn't looking. So he did what anyone would do. He grabbed his phone and hit record. He pointed the camera at his wardrobe. And what happened next made his blood run cold. A box sitting on the top shelf suddenly slid forward on its own.
Loco, estaba durmiendo, me acaba de levantar, loco, estoy cagado de las patas. Fuera de joda me puse en alabanza, amigo. Estaba durmiendo y de ahí arriba. Mirá, boludo. No lo puedo creer. Necesito, boludo.
Then a metal can slid off the edge, hit the floor, spun for a second, and then stopped in a perfectly upright position. Segment 6, the elevator shadow. This footage was captured by a security guard during his night shift at an office building that had earned a dark reputation over the years. Employees had reported strange things for a long time. Lights flickering on and off, unexplained banging from empty floors, and shadowy figures drifting through hallways after hours. On this particular night, the guard heard faint whispers near the elevator. The building was completely locked. No one else was supposed to be inside.
En estos casos, gente, es no demostrar miedo. Eso es lo mejor, o sea, lo mejor que podemos hacer es no demostrar miedo. Porque si demostramos No tengan miedo. No tengan miedo. No tengan miedo. ¿Quién está ahí?
He walked toward the sound, and the moment he got close, silence. The kind of silence that doesn't feel empty. The kind that feels like something just stopped talking because you walked in. When the footage was reviewed later, something disturbing appeared. Behind the elevator wall, a dark, mist-like shadow could be seen moving unnaturally, almost as if it was reacting to the guard's presence. It wasn't a reflection. It wasn't a glitch. It moved with intention. The guard believes to this day that whatever he encountered is tied to the building itself, something that lingers in the shadows, waiting for the night shift to begin. Segment 7, Heavy Doors with No Explanation. Alex was a night shift security guard patrolling a large, empty building. Routine stuff. Until it wasn't. In the middle of a silent corridor, two massive metal doors suddenly swung wide open right in front of him. No wind, no alarm trigger, no mechanical system that could have caused it. These weren't lightweight doors. We're talking heavy, industrial-grade metal.
Oh, hell no. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I'm here in this building by myself, bro. By myself.
The kind that takes a grown man putting his full weight behind it to push open. And yet, they moved like they weighed nothing, as if something with incredible, inhuman force wanted Alex to see what was on the other side. He grabbed his phone and recorded the aftermath. But whatever opened those doors didn't stick around to explain itself. It wanted to be noticed, and it wanted Alex to know, without any doubt, that he was not alone in that building. Mini hook. But the last story? This one is going to mess with your head. Because what this security guard heard in the dead of night, it shouldn't have been possible. Segment 8, The Crying Baby in an Empty Building. After midnight, a security guard was making his rounds in a quiet building. Everything was normal, until he walked past the restroom area. That's when he heard it. The unmistakable, gut-wrenching sound of a baby crying. It echoed through the empty hallway. And as he walked closer, it got louder, clearer, more desperate.
No. No, no. Hola. No mames. Pues si escucho un bebé. No mames.
His first thought was that someone had abandoned a child. His adrenaline spiked. He pushed open the bathroom door and checked every single stall one by one. Nothing. The bathroom was completely empty. No baby, no person, no sign that anyone had been there at all. And the exact moment he stepped inside, the crying stopped. Dead silence. Now think about that. a sound that led him deeper into an empty building, growing louder the closer he got, and then vanishing the instant he arrived. Whatever that guard heard that night shook him to his core and left a permanent mark on him. He's fully convinced he encountered something supernatural. And honestly, after everything we've seen tonight, can you blame him? So here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know. Out of every incident we covered tonight, which one disturbed you the most? Was it the haunted doll that revealed a shadow figure? Melissa's 3 a.m. stalker standing outside her window? The crying baby that lured a guard into an empty bathroom? Or was it something else? Something that hit a little too close to home? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And while you're at it, if this video kept you up, if it made you double-check the corner of your room even once, do me a favor. Smash that like button. Share this with someone who thinks they're brave enough to watch it alone in the dark. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because we've got a lot more darkness to explore together. And trust me, the next one is even worse. Stay safe out there tonight, and maybe leave a light on.